Good morning, my friends. Welcome to Words from a Friend podcast. I'm your host, Marty Curie, and this is the podcast that follows my book called Words from a Friend, A Daily Guide to a Purposeful Life, available on Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com. And we're following along a 365-day inner journey so that we can all uplift ourselves this year and learn how to do that so that we can uplift our lives, our overall lives, and the lives of others around us, which ultimately raises all ships. Okay? That's the purpose of this year, is to raise our ship and raise other ships. Today is the January 13th message, episode 13. The title of today's message is Permission to Move Forward. And it goes like this. When we have gone through or are currently going through a life struggle, like a divorce or a breakup or the death of a loved one, we tend to get stuck in this negative emotional state for a period of time. Grieving and sadness, they're completely normal. Completely. You're meant to feel those. You're meant to go through that. But you go through that with as much love as you can muster for yourself and for what's going on in your life. Because really, what else would we bring to these times, right? We have to bring our best to every time, but especially these times when we need ourselves most, our higher self most, and we need to help others who may be on the other side of this thing. Okay? Always here to be a help in some way or another. And you do that individually in your own little way. I see it every day, people doing it that way, and it's beautiful. So make sure you go into it, not go away from it. Go into it with your light, because that's always what's most needed during these times. Vulnerability is power. Vulnerability is strength. But in this inverted world, it seems like weakness, but it only seems like weakness to the ego, because when you really need that, guess what it is? That's power. That's strength. Somebody's got you in their arms and saying, I know what this feels like. I know what you're going through. And despite what's going on in your head, you're going to be okay. And I'm going to help you to get through this. And everybody around you is going to help you to get through this. And we all take a little piece of that hurt, and say, let's put our love into that and give it back to this person any way we can. But we can tend to get stuck in the negative emotional state. Grieving or sadness is completely normal during these times, and it is important to let these emotions be expressed. Let them out. Right? You got to have that release valve. Let those tears flow. Whatever that is, let that happen. Tears are your cleansing system. It's part of your cleansing system from your soul. Right? It's love that has no place to go. And that's what it is. Let it out. Let that out. It's perfectly natural. And that's part of the healing process. So be able to be vulnerable. It is such a beautiful power. And it's not only okay, it's essential. Empathy. Empathy is when we feel ourselves what others are feeling. We can feel it, right? We can all feel it. Some of us kind of block that off so we don't have to feel it because we're scared to feel that for another person because we don't want to have that sadness affect us, right? But no, if you go into that and you alchemize that sadness into what it really is, it's just a need for more love. It's just a need for more love. Okay? Give it when you can, because you want it when you need it. It's the circle. It's the circle. What goes out comes back. That's how you build your heaven's net here on earth, is to give what you want to receive in your own life. Man, I like having people care about how I feel. And I do care how you feel, because that's real stuff. That's the real stuff. All the stuff on the surface, the whole outside stuff and the world and what's popular and all that stuff. Well, that's the surface level. You got to go below there to get to the real stuff, and be willing to, and be able to talk to people on that level is a strength. And you have it, because you are it, and you've been through these times. Next time, just be a little bit better at it, and don't come away from it. Lean into it when people need that. Lean into it. And you'll find that people lean into you when you need it. Okay? If we're not able to process our emotions properly, we can get stuck. We can get stuck in a pattern of low energy, which, if left unchecked, can lead to more anxiety, depression, and just feeling completely unfulfilled and empty. I've been there. Whew. Right? And if you're there right now, just know that's not who you are. This is the place you're in right now. And it's a place of learning. Let go of the stuff that's weighing you down during this time. Think about what's weighing you down. Be willing to make changes. Be willing to. This is what today's message is about. Giving yourself permission to do it, not waiting for permission to do it. Having the strength to do it and just do it. I almost didn't do this podcast right up until the week before I did it, until I, like I said, till I felt my sister kick me in the ass and say, get going. Do what you came here to do. Tell the people. So that's what this is about, is being real and sharing that realness so that you can be real with other people. That's the real thing. You want a real relationship with somebody. You want a real marriage. Not one with surface level stuff and silent treatment and all the ego bullshit that can go on with that. No, that's, yeah, you go through it, but you make mistakes to move up. Mistakes aren't meant to, be the failure of everything. Mistakes are teachers. We're all here to make mistakes. That's why it's duality. But what solves our mistakes the best? Our higher self. Because the one that's making the mistakes is the lower one, the one that doesn't know, the conditioned self. It's not always our fault. We just don't know. But when we know better, now we can do better. We can be better, and we can live better and give better. And that's the purpose of growth. We are growth-seeking beings by nature. We're light, and light intends to grow always. And that's what we want for this planet, is the light to grow here. Burn that darkness away. Just burn it away with love. And we're each that. We're each a flame of that. Put those flames together, man. Put them together. Now you got something, right? Enough of the horse crap. Love is above everything. Politics is down here in ego land. It's in ego land because there's no truth to it. It's just, what do I believe? And I'm going to get a bunch of people to say what we believe. And now we've got a big belief system. And no, think for yourself. Think for yourself. Rise above all of that. We're bigger than all of that stuff. That's just like a little crappy play that's been going on for centuries. We're here to change that play. We're here to pull back the curtain, get rid of the corruption in ourselves too, so that we can live free. Free from what? Free from the ego and the confines of limitation, when we are actually unlimited beings of light. Okay? You're here to remember that. You are here right now to remember that. And I'm just here to remind you, you can do better, be better, and have better when you're willing to, travel those depths, see what they have to say, so that you know what to change. You know what course to take. It's all guidance system, our emotional guidance system. Okay? But if you make a commitment to yourself to be true to your light, right? You've been true to the darkness a lot, unknowingly, unwittingly maybe, and not so unwittingly. And so when we give ourselves back to the light, we go home and everything is better there. Your mindset is better there. Calmness lives in knowing who you really are. Because we're all agitated, because we all have our defenses up in this ego world. Nobody trusts anybody, all that stuff that we see. But on the soul level, we all know who we are to each other. And that is the key to living a great life. That's a key to teaching your kids the real deal, so they can have real relationships, not shallow ones, not go through a million times till they find themselves. Let them know young. You're so much bigger than, we gotta say, we're just human. No, we're not just human. We're light, playing as humans for a little while to get a lesson and experience of what it feels like to be human, with all the emotions that we have. When we go home, we don't have the ego. We all know who we are to each other. So we are getting to experience that on this level right now. We're awakening. There's more people like this podcast out there. So many more now than there ever was. We all want the same thing. End of the crap. End the crap. The negativity, the fighting, the wars, all that stuff. We can do that. We can when we decide to do it. That's what the collective is doing now. We're collectively saying no more of the dictatorships and all that stuff that we see. Everybody wants to be free. We are freeing ourselves right now. Peace will break out once this crap is seen for what it is, and once all the corruption is seen for exactly what it's been for centuries. We're leaving that. You're leaving that. And this year, you're going to be a much brighter person for it. And you're going to be a helper, right? We're going to be givers. We're not going to be takers of what's given to us. We're going to be givers of who we really are. That. Woo-hoo! That's going to feel good to you. It's going to feel good to everybody around you. That's how we raise. That's how we rise together. That is the ascension. That's the ascension. We ascend as one family. That's going to be unbelievable. Stick with it. Stick with your light. All right? So some people will stay stuck in low energy until they are told by someone outside themselves to get moving. For some reason, we need permission to move forward. It's so very helpful to have a close friend or even a professional healer of some sort help us through this. But ultimately, we need to be brave and give ourselves the permission to move forward. Who are you waiting for permission from? God wants you to do it. He's saying you can. You're brighter than you think you are. You're brighter than that little human mind of yours thinks you are. So just know that and move with that. Move with that knowing. It starts as a belief, but it becomes a knowing over time so that you embody it. And they're just it. And then you know, everybody needs to know this. Everybody. God wants all of you to be free. God wants all of us to be free. Freedom is living in the space of love. Because nothing can get in that light. It's just too bright. Okay? Every little bit of light you send out, brightens the world. So don't think that you're not doing anything here. You're meaningless. Your life is meaningless. It is not. That little encouragement you gave to somebody yesterday, that phone call you gave to somebody to brighten their day, that's it. That's the stuff. It's so simple that everybody overlooks, like, yeah, it's just being nice. Oh, that's adding light. Most important thing any of us can do. Add it to ourselves. Get rid of the dark stuff that we may have done in the past and sail forward. So there will inevitably be bumps in the first stretch of road when you start this, but with your mindset on forward motion only, you will absolutely find your way and you will succeed. Every little success, notice them. Like I said yesterday, you got to notice the successes. You got to notice the sun in the sky. You got to notice the bird in the tree. If you're not noticing those good things, you're missing it. You're missing it. You're stuck in the matrix of the hamster wheel of life. You got to break out of that and do things for yourself that make you come alive. And so you'll know that there's more to this place than what we're shown and what we're told, certainly what we're told. You need to be your own best friend during these times and treat yourself well. What if and woe is me has no place in forward motion. That's the shallow self. That's the small self. This is the year of the big self. This is the year of can do. This is the year of taking that little voice and going, boom. No, I'm doing it because I can. And this little step is all I got to do today. That's all I got to do today. This one step. And I'll take that again tomorrow. And sooner or later, that voice goes from a screaming voice down to, all right, a little mosquito. And then you can, it takes time. Because we've been staying conditioned the other way for too long. It's better than going to the gym. It's the triangle, right? You got to go make your body move. But your mind, be able to take the deep depths, be able to meditate, slow that body down, slow that nervous system down. Exercise is great, but silence is great for that too. When you calm your inside, the whole world is calm outside. Okay? And you can do that and you can stay there even when the world isn't calm outside. And that's the practice of the higher self, the way of the higher self. becoming stronger in that way. So if you're blessed to have close friends and confidants, lean on them during these tough times, but always declare to them and to yourself, declare this: I will rise from this, and I will live my life. It is your duty to do just that. You're a spiritual warrior. You're going to keep going. That little voice, it's going to get smaller. Let the people around you that are the light in your life help you through. But you'll get through, and you'll be stronger on the other side. You'll be bigger on the other side. You went to that horrible place, and you made it out. That's no small feat, my friend. That's the dark night of the soul. When you come out there, gifts are going to come in for that, because you're going to be able to just be more spacious, and you're not going to let the little stuff bother, because the petty stuff won't make any sense to you anymore, going into petty town. No. You don't want to do that. Not with the people that you love. The ones that you live closest to most of the times are the ones you hurt the worst. You be this great person on the outside world, but at home, you're different. You can't be different at home than you are in the outside world being the nice guy. You got to be that same person all the time. And you know, this new person that you're building, it's going to take time. But just let those in your life that are closest to you know that you're going to do this, and you're serious about it, and you love everybody. Never let people wonder if you love them. Say it. It becomes easier if you haven't been used to saying it. It becomes easier because people will say it back to you, and you go, huh, I didn't know I was loved. You'll know you're loved when you say it to somebody and they say it back to you. That's the circle. That's what keeps everything flowing. Stay in that flow. Let the flow take you there, just by resting in the knowing that you're amazing. You're light. You can do anything. And that means you can help yourself up and out of whatever you're in when you know that God is for you, not against you. It's the ego talking to you. God is just for you. And we talk ourselves out of this with self-doubt and all the lower energies. You know, those aren't the real ones. Those are the ones you look at and say, I know my light instead. You can laugh at that after a while. You can laugh at your ego. When you can do that, it's learn to laugh at yourself. It's like your humanness. You know, we all have this costume on, and it's goofy and this and that, and we can fumble and do stupid crap, and, you know, that's the human part. You know, but we can have fun with that too. Lots of it. We've been doing it all along. But just love as best you can today. And that's the name of the game. One day at a time. Today's call to action is, who around you can help you in the forward journey? Find the most loving and compassionate in your circle and seek some wisdom. Be still and listen for the cues from within. It's all coming for you. Stay the course. You're going to be okay. All right? You are loved. Much love. Have a great day.